Things are seriously heating up for XRP as it recently broke to a new multi-year high of 89 cents in what is the strongest and most sustained rally we've experienced since the bull market of 2021. And although I'll be covering the recent price action, targets, and risk factors, this isn't the reason I'm making this video, because I have an urgent update I want to share with you that involves this chart on the screen right now and how it will impact the majority of XRP investors, their sentiment, and will cause many of them to miss out on life-changing gains, which we'll cover later in this video. However, many will burn right through that opportunity if they're not paying attention to this. I'll also be covering some other news that's breaking and truly exciting for XRP investors, as this is the first time in 4 years Ripple has caught a breath of fresh air, and now more information has come out on the front surrounding Gary Gensler, his tenure, and just how badly he's now losing, because 18 states have filed a new suit that will be sure to put the nail in his coffin. We'll be covering Brad Garlinghouse, his recent announcements, and of course, sharing the mistake you'll want to avoid if you're looking to ride XRP to the moon this bull run. So if you're feeling blessed and bullish, comment 777. And if you're gonna be the wealthiest person in your family tree, smash the subscribe button. Before we dive in, a quick reminder that the opinions in this video are for informational and educational purposes only and do not constitute financial, legal, or investment advice. All investments, including cryptos, carry risks and potential losses. Always do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. We are not licensed financial advisors, and relying on our content for financial decisions is at your own risk. By watching this video, you agree we are not responsible for any losses or damages, and we do not guarantee any specific results or outcomes. Some of the links below may be affiliate links, and we may earn a commission, which actually helps support this channel and helps us to create value-based videos like this. We also hold some positions in the cryptocurrencies that we talk about, but that's only because we do what we believe in. However, this should not be interpreted as a recommendation for you to do the same. With that said, let's get into the video. Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul if you're new here, and really quickly we're going to dive into the XRP price action. Now I have a 10 and 20 EMA on the chart. This orange line is the 20 EMA, this blue line is the 10 EMA. And so in typical fashion, I like to see a strong crossover and support between the 10 and 20 EMA. The crossover would be when the blue line is above the orange line and the price is then supported at any of these points on a 4-hour time frame. Now looking at a daily time frame, it's no different. However, since we've really gone kind of parabolic and it's starting to look like a banana right here, any pullback back down to that 64-cent range would be very realistic. And I think if that does happen, people are going to get quite frightened, which is why I'm looking at a shorter time frame, at least for the current trade scenario. So the next thing I'm actually going to point out and note is the fact that you want to see some increasing volume. So as you can see here, we started breaking out, we started putting in new highs, higher lows for a series of higher highs and higher lows, or an uptrend. And we're also starting to see the price action, excuse me, not the price action, the volume consistently increase into these new highs. So you can see that there's this consistent increase in volume on a 4-hour time frame, and then we get this explosion, and I'll really go ahead and show you. So this line right here, this little white line that's sometimes blue, is the average volume line. As you can see here, if I turn off these volume bars, and I'll go ahead and do that right now, you can see that now this is starting to increase. And so this increase is telling me that on average volume is increasing on the 4-hour time frame. This little line up here is the third standard of deviation. Basically what this means is there's about a 4% chance on the sell side or buy side that volume hits that range. And so whenever we hit this range, this is some explosive volume. And again, that is all it's doing is confirming the move in the trend. And at one point in time right here on Bitstamp, you can see there was about $30 million of sell volume. It doesn't sound like much, but if you go over to something maybe like, I don't know, Binance, you can see that the volume is far greater over on Binance with about $383 million in this single 4-hour time frame, and over here about 200 or about $300 million of sell volume. So yes, the volume is quite large, and consistently you'll see that in crypto because a lot of liquidity is broken up amongst many exchanges. And so if you're a technical analyst or you're trying to learn how to do stuff like this, I think it's really important to pay attention to factors like this, right? Obviously the volume over here on Binance looks slightly different than the volume over here on Kraken, which is why it's so important to have a good foundational understanding and structure when you're doing things like technical analysis. That said, on both, you can see that we're consistently getting an increase in volume and an increase in the price. This is very positive for the momentum in terms of the price action. This is confirming that these moves are legit. So it is possible that we start to break back down into the 70 some cent range. And if that were to happen, then I think a lot of folks might get a little bit scared and skittish, considering XRP holders have been waiting for something like this for quite some time. Again, volume is a major portion of this play. Now I'm going to pull up a chart of Bitcoin on the same time frame. Then I'm going to right click on the prices over here, and I'm going to make sure I'm on a percentage scale so I can track them against each other. And as you can see, I'll go ahead and even pull those EMAs off. This green line is the price of Bitcoin, and then obviously the price action that you're actually seeing with the candlesticks is the price of XRP. At one point in time, they were pretty lock in step for a positive correlation. And then right around here on the 13th of November of 2024, and if I pull it back to an hourly time frame, you can see that XRP has consistently outperformed Bitcoin while Bitcoin kind of chills out for a bit. And this is what you call relative strength. So yes, from a relative standpoint, XRP is looking a lot stronger than Bitcoin. Now, if you want to learn how to do technical analysis like this and even learn how to be a very profitable investor, day trader, swing trader, to become a crypto millionaire in 2025, then you're going to want to watch this video. And who better to have teach you all of this stuff, or at least share this with you, than our very own Nick Anderson with the Bull Runner. So I'm going to remove myself from this portion so you can watch this really quickly.
Hey, Bull Runners, check this out. If you want to learn how to find the next 10x, 50x, or even 100x altcoin in this video, listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University through the link below. And although we make no guarantees because crypto is definitely risky, guys, this is only $97 a month or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, getting 2 months for free and unlock some exclusive bonuses through the link below. But I'm not going to talk all about that in this video because we have a lot to cover. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers, because we have a lot to cover with you over the next few minutes in this video to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree. If that's a goal of yours, our goal is to help 1,000 members set their portfolio up for life this month. And you can get started through the link in the description below right now, or you can go to bullrunners.com to take advantage of the bonuses we're giving you before they expire. We have about 200 members right now, and we literally just launched like less than 5 days ago at the time of making this video. Everyone is loving the community. They're loving the education. They're getting access to real-time altcoin picks first before we ever make videos about them. So click the link in the description below, watch the video, and I'll see you on the inside.
So there you have it, folks. If you haven't already, at least go to bullrunners.com and check it out. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain by simply learning how this can benefit you through the next year. And our major goal is to help you become the wealthiest you've ever been in the crypto markets. So check it out. If you're watching this video, it's likely you're in that cohort of people. But let's get back into the video as we now have Stuart Alderodi basically talking smack about Gary Gensler, saying, I look forward to him soon becoming an unfortunate footnote in history, and just how much damage he's done over at the SEC. And apparently this is really beginning to weigh on Gary Gensler as he is now considering resigning. And left and right all over social media, we've seen it because people have been posting this note that he recently shared explaining how the SEC has such a remarkable legacy, and it's an agency that is amazing and the staff is great and he wouldn't do it anywhere else, and blah, 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 blah. But what everyone's really focusing on is this last sentence right down here, how he's been proud to serve with his colleagues at the SEC who day in and day out work to protect American families on the highways of finance. Ever since they've sued just about every crypto company and made it difficult for investors and sometimes even forced investors to sell their positions because their exchanges had to, people have actually lost money. They would have made money if they would have simply held that crypto. So I don't see how that's actually protecting American families or even protecting American companies who tried their best to be within the law operating in the United States. But this one sentence has really kind of made people speculate. He's sending out his farewell letter. This is him saying, I'm so proud of what we've done, and now at the end of the day, we've done our job. In other words, goodbye, deuces, because I already know I'm going to get fired. And there have been rumors, which I'm not going to bring that up right now, that he's going to resign by November 18th. So remains to be seen if that actually does happen. But if it did, that would be tremendous news for the entire crypto market. And I would argue XRP would pump like crazy on that news, as it already has today based on this news. And this wasn't even 100% forthright. It wasn't exactly telling us, hey, I'm resigning. However, people are already reading it as such. So this is massive. And maybe that's why people like Brad Garlinghouse are already sharing stuff like this, which was just yesterday, that tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time to discuss how the future of crypto innovation and regulation is already looking up under Trump's administration without Gensler's foot on the market's neck. Tailwinds, anyone? And at the same time, he's talking about how the annual crypto conference, it's safe to say that the US is ready to be the crypto capital of the world with the next Trump administration. I mean, Brad Garlinghouse is stoked about the Trump administration. And as you can see here in this photo, he's saying F the SEC. And if Gary Gensler wasn't planning on resigning anytime soon, or at least until Trump fires him, 18 US states filed a lawsuit against the SEC and Gary Gensler. Many of those states are right-leaning states or conservative states like Nebraska, Tennessee, Wyoming, Montana, you name it. And they stated in this lawsuit that the Securities and Exchange Commission has not respected this allocation of authority. Instead, without congressional authorization, the SEC has sought to unilaterally wrest regulatory authority away from the states through an ongoing series of enforcement actions. Again, we've heard this before, that they would rather do enforcement versus regulation, and so they caused more harm and damage not only to their own reputation, but to Americans and American companies than they ever did to actually protect investors. And if you want to check an article out like this, just look up 18 states sue SEC and Gary Gensler. So as you can see here, from the perspective of the hourly chart and from the perspective of the 4-hour chart, we are consistently holding and playing with that 10 and 20 EMA line. However, we're beginning to deviate quite tremendously from the daily time frame. As you can see, the move has been quite shocking and aggressive to the upside. So what I would expect is for the market to cool off and for the price probably to come and revisit some of these ranges, even with all the positive news that we've experienced. And I think this is where a lot of folks are going to get trapped. What they're going to do is they're going to think to themselves, well, I've seen this before. I saw this back in 2023, only that crazy pump and rally, only to have the sell off. In similar fashion, we saw it here, only to watch the market cool off for quite some time and then sell off yet again back here in March of this year. So people are getting kind of skittish. And I think when they see this type of price action, all they want to do is sell. And I would argue that's probably not a bad place to take a little bit of profit, but not for the long term. So here is the chart that we were talking about. So this white line is the price of XRP. And as you can see here over on the right, we're currently sitting at about 77 cents on this chart. And then over here on the purple line, we have the exchange reserves in terms of US dollars. Now I'm looking at a chart since back in March of 2024, where you can see that the market not only rallied, but the exchange reserves also rallied. So right back here, we had about $1.3 billion available on exchange reserves in terms of XRP. Then as the price rallied, you saw a lot of people deposit XRP to take profit to the tune of $2.5 billion. And that's what caused a lot of this sell pressure and sell off. Well, in similar fashion with this rally, we are currently sitting at an exchange reserve of about $1.5 billion of XRP on exchanges at about 50 some cents. Since that point in time, not only has the price of XRP rallied, but we saw about $1 billion of money flow into exchanges in the form of XRP. This typically indicates that there will be sell pressure. There are people who've been waiting for a move like this and are looking to deposit onto exchanges to sell their XRP for profit, which is why even though the volume is increasing and even though everything looks really bullish and we've officially broke above that 74 cent range, and I do expect us to hit some at least, multi-year highs, if not a new all-time high come 2025. At the end of the day, I do think the price is going to have to come back and cool off a bit, whether we hit 71 cents or even 64 cents. If the market starts to sell into this range, I would look to these and just wait to see, do we get some support here? Now, if the entire market continues to sell off, I would just wait until we see a healthy market environment. In other words, I would like to see everything in the market start to look a little bit more bullish, or at least Bitcoin. Yes, although XRP doesn't trade positively correlated to everything all the time, I do want to see a healthy market environment for a pullback. So that said, those are the factors I'm looking at. I think a lot of people, what's going to happen is they're going to start to see some selling right here. They're going to get a little bit scared because they saw all of these other moves didn't really work out. They're going to sell their entire position, and then the market can continue rallying without them, and they'll completely be out of their XRP and miss the entire major bull move. And I just think that's totally foolish. You don't want to consistently chase markets. You don't want to be the person that sells for the sake of protecting yourself when this is the very first major breakout that we've seen in a year and a half, 2 years. So personally, the way that I'm approaching a move like this is, yes, I've taken a little bit of profit, but only for the sake of a swing trade. This is not like an investment portfolio for me. Okay, at the end of the day, I do expect some sort of a pullback to 71 cents or even down to 62 cents, but I will be adding to my crypto or XRP position there. So if you enjoyed the video and you learned something new, go ahead and head on over to bullrunners.com. The link is in the description below, and you'll land on a page that looks like this for Altcoin Pro University. This is a 26-minute video that explains exactly how this whole thing works. Yes, we're going to give you access to exclusive altcoin picks. We're going to show you airdrop guides so you can take advantage of all of these unique opportunities to earn free crypto. We're going to have consistent live calls with industry-wide experts to teach you how to do technical analysis, to teach you how to do crypto taxes, to teach you everything you need to know to become a crypto millionaire by 2025. And yes, a lot of these altcoin picks have gone very, very well for many of our course students. And so that's why this number has consistently been growing. Just the other day, we were at 150. We're currently sitting at 226, and it's only been a day. Once we hit 1,000 members, and I do believe we're going to hit that relatively soon, we will no longer offer the bonuses. So the sooner you join, the better. And all you have to do is just check it out. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. But I think this is going to be your fast track to crypto success this next year. So thanks so much for watching the video. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe, like the video. It helps us out, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.